Key point 1. Make a name for yourself with a consistent online presence. With the rise of digital media and the ease of access to creative tools, the marketplace for artistic expression has become more crowded than ever before. One of the biggest challenges for creatives is cutting through the noise. Therefore, it's crucial to take an active role in promoting your work. Self-promotion is not about arrogance or bragging, but rather being confident in your abilities. Be true to yourself and your style, and let your authenticity attract the right audience. To build your personal brand, take pride in your work. Consistency is vital when it comes to online presence. It includes regularly updating your website, social media accounts, and other online profiles with new content, such as images of your latest work, progress updates, and behind-the-scenes glimpses into your creative process. Toss the old-fashioned idea of promotion out the window. Let other people see your routine. Indeed, this is a far more natural and effortless way to grow that will help you feel less self-conscious. You can share pieces of your work process online to help garner audiences interested in your work and influence those willing to learn something from you. Consequently, you become a recognized artist, not only because of the quality of your work, but because your audience knows and understands the process. Many people out there will show great interest in what you do. Being available to them will bring opportunities to connect and create. If you've been struggling to get your work noticed and you're tired of self-promotion, this summary will open your eyes to where you may have been going wrong and how to change the situation. Key point 2. You don't have to be a prodigy to progress. Before we move on, there's one question you have to answer honestly. What is it that keeps you from sharing your art? Chances are you might be thinking you're not good enough. You could be afraid of getting ridiculed by your loved ones, or even strangers on the internet. Perhaps you believe that you lack the imagination to create something new. If so, you have fallen for the lone genius myth, and it's high time to debunk it. That story about 1 in a million geniuses who spend their whole time perfecting their God-given talents in their godforsaken studios, have no contact with the outside world, and never see the light of day while the rest of us gasp in awe, is a lie. In reality, creative people are everywhere, and they stick together. They build communities. Look up your favorite author, even if they lived 100 years ago. You'll likely stumble upon a photograph of about a dozen remarkable people sitting in the same room looking all fancy. You've seen one of those. Even if there's no photo, you will find out this writer hung out with a group of artistic individuals, thinkers, musicians, and tastemakers. They shared ideas and supported each other. Creativity is a collaboration of your mind with others. Luckily, social media makes it easier than ever to locate your tribe. And if you still can't find a place where you belong, why not build it from the ground up? To do so, all you have to do is show up. Being your authentic, unapologetic self is the bravest thing you can do. It doesn't matter if you're an amateur. For starters, the world advances so fast that even professionals fall behind. Secondly, experts usually follow the book, while beginners draw outside the lines. As a result, it's the open-minded enthusiasts who make discoveries. Take Kurt Cobain, for instance. As a self-taught guitarist, he wasn't the best technique-wise, yet his original style helped Nirvana smash the musical boundaries. If you're an artist, please don't hide from us. The world needs what you've got. Key point 3. Short-lived content has a long-lasting effect. Robin Sloan, the author of Mr. Penumbra's 24-hour bookstore, developed the notion of stock and flow. We'll use this concept to enhance your media marketing. There are 2 types of content: evergreen, or stock, and temporary, or flow. You've got to use both tools to get discovered. Flow content gets your customers hooked, but your stock makes them stay for good. For instance, if you're a musician, you can attract new supporters via viral TikToks with snippets of your songs. Once all eyes are on you, it's time for your albums to sweep potential fans off their feet. Let's say you're an aspiring writer. You can constantly produce new tweets showing how you think and view the world. That's how new people discover who you are and become interested in your personality. They will be eager to read your books when they fall in love with you. Your empirical content makes way for your main work. The work you put in lives forever due to the short-lived content that takes minutes to create. To find your voice, use it. Social media is the perfect place for your flow. That begs the question, what exactly should you post? Show your work. To be more precise, show the literal process of working. There's a mistake many creators make, but you can't afford to. They are either too scared or greedy to display what's behind the scenes. Demonstrating nothing but the result only made sense in the pre-digital era. Back then, artists only had one shot at impressing the audience. People could only access creative work by attending a gallery to see a painting, going to a festival to discover a new band, or passing by a movie theater to check out movie posters. However, humans long for creativity. So involving your audience in your creative journey can be a way to build a deeper connection with them. Your audience will feel honored to be a part of your creative process. Here's an idea. Document your progress throughout the day. After completing your work, review the footage or audio you saved. Is there anything worth sharing? Can you inspire or teach others by lifting the curtain? Also, try taking note of what others keep to themselves and try to fill that void. Key point 4. Stay curious and nurture the curiosity of others. To showcase your creative process, open up about what drives you. Showing what impacts your work can offer insight into your personality and values. As a result, like-minded individuals will find it easy to discover and connect with you. Also, try to remember that there's no such thing as a guilty pleasure. Don't hold yourself back from sharing your passions, even if they're not mainstream. Embracing your quirky interests can aid in gaining and maintaining your audience's trust. Sharing what you love without shame will encourage others to do the same. As a result, you will build an inclusive and supportive creative community. Moreover, breaking down the division between high and low culture makes finding new sources of inspiration easier. But what about other ways to spark creativity? Keep hold of the desire to embrace what you don't yet know. Whether it involves reading books, attending workshops, or simply engaging with the world around you, learning is a never-ending process that can lead to limitless possibilities for creative expression and exploration. Your hunger for creating will increase and drive you to learn even more. Don't hoard whatever you have learned to satisfy your quest for education. Secreting the gems away may lead to missed opportunities for feedback and collaboration. The more experience and knowledge you give away, the more will come back to you. Teaching people doesn't subtract value from what you do. It actually adds to it. Kleon. Whatever you learn, always attribute credit to a source. Besides paying homage to the original creator, it allows others to dig deeper and discover more. If you turn the situation around, you'd want someone to acknowledge your influence. So always do the same for others. However, let's say you come across something you wish to share, but are uncertain about its origin or creator. In this case, take the time to find the appropriate credit or refrain from sharing it. Did you know? Cabinets of curiosities, also known as Wonder Cameron, were predecessors of modern museums. Wealthy aristocrats would collect rare, exotic, and unusual objects for inspiration. Why don't you create a cabinet of curiosities too? It can consist of physical objects such as shells, stones, old books, or intangible things like memories, stories, or ideas. Making connections between seemingly unrelated concepts can help you spark new insights. Key point 5. Your work doesn't speak for itself. You do. Storytelling is essential to the creative process, as it helps you communicate your ideas effectively. By honing this skill, you can create a powerful narrative that captures people's attention and draws them in. However, Resist the temptation to make things up, as people can easily sense insincerity. Instead, focus on finding your work's exciting and unique aspects and craft a story around them. Be open about your process, the successes and failures, and the challenges you faced along the way. By sharing these experiences, you can connect with your followers on a deeper level and build a sense of trust and authenticity around your work. Remember that storytelling is an art in itself, and it takes time and practice to develop the skill of crafting compelling narratives. People are often drawn to the work itself and the story behind it. To engage your audience and give them a reason to care about what you're doing, you can try the following story structure. The past. This part pitches where you've been and what you want. The present. This section explores how far you have come and how much work you have done. The future. Where you're going, and more importantly, how your audience can help you get there. This way, you can turn your supporters into characters, and they'll be excited to see where the story takes them. Discussing your creations confidently can lead to new opportunities and connections. Whether you're a writer, artist, musician, or any other creative type, learning to express and what makes your work unique is essential. Talking about your journey clearly and concisely can help you attract new fans, build relationships with other artists, and even secure product funding or sponsorships. So, don't be afraid to put yourself out there and start talking about your work. You never know where it might lead. Still, you need to speak their language to make your work resonate with potential fans. Please avoid jargon or overly technical language when describing your journey, as it can be off-putting to those unfamiliar with the field. Key point 6. Handle criticism gracefully. For better or worse, criticism is an inherent part of the creative process. Even the most celebrated and accomplished artists and creators face negative feedback. Criticism can come in many forms, from constructive reviews to harsh and hurtful comments. It's essential to learn how to distinguish between the two. The purpose of constructive criticism is to help you improve. While it can be difficult to hear negative feedback, you should approach it with an open mind without becoming defensive or dismissive. Yet, some people may criticize you because they have their own personal biases or agendas. Please use your judgment and trust your instincts about what feedback to incorporate into your work. When you put your work out into the world, you have to be ready for the good, the bad, and the ugly. Austin Kleon. If you have problems with social media trolls, don't hesitate to use the block button. Remember, comments always outnumber ideas. Everyone has an opinion, but not everyone's opinion counts enough for you to be concerned. Dealing with disappointment and rejection requires resilience, but it's a skill you can develop. Here's how. Relax and breathe. Taking time to quieten the mind will reduce feelings of stress and anxiety. Regular meditation can help you develop a greater sense of inner strength, making it easier to deal with criticism. Put out a lot of creative work. The more you create, the more feedback you'll receive, and you'll realize that not everyone will like everything you do. Besides, consistent practice will lead to tremendous growth. Roll with the punches. Negative feedback can often be a sign of exciting and thought-provoking work. Don't let other people keep you from taking creative risks. Protect your vulnerable areas. If you've created something too personal to expose to criticism, it's okay to keep it hidden for now. However, kindly note that avoiding vulnerability altogether is detrimental to creativity. Keep your balance. As an artist, it can be hard to separate your work from your identity. However, doing so will help you maintain a healthier perspective on life. Key point 7. The show must go on. Success is often seen as the end goal, but shouldn't be the journey's end. In fact, it's the beginning of a new phase in one's life. While it is important to acknowledge and celebrate how far you've come, you should keep striving, even after major achievements. Success can be addictive, but there's always room for growth and improvement. The drive and ambition that led to your initial success should continue to push you forward. One way to keep striving after success is to set new goals. Your new ambitions can be related to the same area or be in a different field altogether. Whatever you choose to pursue should be challenging and push you outside your comfort zone. When you finish a piece of work, ask yourself these questions to keep going. What did I miss? What could I have done better? And what didn't I get to do? Answer these questions and jump on your next project. Never lose momentum. It will prevent you from stalling. It's not always easy to stick with something when motivation is lacking. But even when the going gets tough, please don't throw it all away. Stay motivated. You can reach out to your support network. Set small achievable goals or remind yourself of the bigger picture. When failures or setbacks occur, quitting can be tempting. However, successful people are often the ones who have failed the most but keep going regardless. Look around for people with lifelong careers. They've managed to persevere, irrespective of whether they succeed or fail. Sometimes, taking a break and recharging is necessary, but keeping the end goal in mind is crucial. Writer Gina Trapani points out 3 mediums to help utilize your time off. Commute. Separate your work life from your home life. Exercise. Relax and open your mind to new ideas and possibilities. Nature. Disengage from all things electronic. Once you're back, be bold enough to rethink things and eliminate old ideas. The lessons learned will seep into a new work you're building. Conclusion. It's perfectly natural to feel vulnerable and exposed when sharing your art. After all, you're revealing a piece of your soul for all to see. The fear of judgment can be overwhelming, especially in today's society where criticism and negativity are rampant. But luckily, the rewards outweigh the risks. Remember that art is a form of self-expression, not a competition to be won. While it can be tempting to try to impress others, sharing your creations should come from a place of honesty and vulnerability. Show your work because it's a part of who you are, not because you want to outshine someone else. By focusing on your voice, you can develop powerful messages. The ultimate goal should be to create something that resonates with your values. This way, you can inspire others to do the same and spark meaningful conversations. It is also crucial to embrace the creative process itself. Enjoy the journey rather than fixating solely on the end result. Additionally, showcasing your progress will take your relationship with your audience to the next level. Whoever you are and wherever you come from, you are extraordinary and unique. The world needs your creativity and artistry, and by displaying your work with pride, you can make a difference in the lives of others. Try this. Share your progress and curiosities with friends, using this summary as a guide. Get online and post your work with #ShowYourWork. Share your creation across multiple platforms. And plan a night of artistic exchange with your colleagues or friends.